Our first step when adding a device to our hardware profile is to make sure that we're working within the proper organization. After that, we want to navigate to the profile by going to our navigation pane, selecting Hardware, and then selecting Profiles out of the subcategory. Once in Profiles, go ahead and edit the hardware profile and scroll down until you see Devices. And as you see, we have a keypad already in our devices. So since we are going to make this an audio-based system, we need to add a couple more devices to make that happen. The first device we want to add is our audio converter. This attaches to the S1000 via an expansion port and helps process the audio coming from the field. You'll see when we add that converter, it gives us a default template to use. So we'll go ahead and click Next. And it pre-populates Audio 2. And it populates Audio 2 because it is going to be the second logical device within the device category. The keypad is the first device. It would be a logical 1. So this will be logical 2. And so this names it accordingly. These are configurable and can be changed with the information that you would like to populate that. You'll also see we have the option of deciding where we want to put our audio converter. It defaults to expansion 1 because it is available, but we have expansion 2 and expansion 3 available also. We're going to go ahead and go with the default expansion 1 though. The areas available are the front office, so we will select the front office. And we have report events and high priority. We indeed want this to report events to the central monitoring station, and high priority just means it's going to use the SIA protocol to make that happen. We want it to report to all 3 ARCs, so we're sending it to the cloud, to the central monitoring station, and to the EDM. Next, we will move on and we will deselect the microphone 1 and 2 along with speaker 3. These are associated with a PACOM install, not a SONITROL install. And now we will go ahead and hit create. And our audio converter is now in place. The next device that we need in order to have an audio system will be an Audio 8 board. This is the board that supports the audio sensors themselves. You'll see it gives us 3 templates that we can use if we were to want to use the expansion port that is available on the Audio 8 board. In this instance, we are not going to, so we're going to use no expansion. We will hit Next. It is stamped this is Audio 8 board 3 because it is the 3rd logical device within the category. 1 being the keypad, 2 being the audio converter, and now 3 being the Audio 8 board. We now have to decide where we would want to install the communication path for the Audio 8 back to the S1000. So that RS485 OSDP bus. And we are going to use the non-isolated port. We use a non-isolated port because the Audio 8 board should be installed within a CAN and any wiring should likely be in conduit and protected. The device loop address we are going to change to 1 even though it is defaulted to 2. We are changing this to 1 because it is the first device on the onboard non-isolated RS485 bus. The keypad is the first device on the isolated RS485 bus. So it would be number 1 on the RS485 isolated, thus the Audio 8 board is number 1 on the onboard non-isolated. So it's going to be in the front office area. If we were to choose to use the expansion port on the Audio 8, we would select one of these 3 cards that is available to press onto that Audio 8. The 8 in, 2 out provides 8 inputs, 2 outputs. The 6 out provides 6 more outputs, and the card reader interface provides 2 more weakened readers for the system. We are not going to use an expansion on our Audio 8, so we will cancel out of this. Once again, we are going to report events and use high priority and report to all 3 of our ARC paths. So we will hit Next. Now what you see is a summary of what the system currently has on it. We see 16 inputs. We have 8 inputs on the S1000. We've added an audio 8, which also has 8 inputs. So now we have 16 inputs. We show 9 outputs. We have 5 outputs on the S1000 and 4 outputs on the audio 8 for a total of 9. And then we have 8 audio detectors built into that audio 8, and that's where we get our 8 audio detectors. We are good with these. If I did want to not use these and have them populate within the appropriate category, I could deselect them and they would not show up within the category. But we're going to go ahead and keep these in place. And select Create. And now I have the Audio 8 board. So currently on the system for devices, I have a keypad, our audio converter. I have an Audio 8 board. In order to add any other devices, you would follow the same example I've shown by selecting New, clicking on the appropriate device, and programming accordingly. So that is a proper way to add devices to your hardware profile.